I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Now Mars is now in Aries zodiac sign. Aries is the comfortable zone of Mars. Aries is ruled by Mangal. Aries is a very prominent place where Mars can work on your personality, work on your desire, and can give you something. It has a lot of potential. I've also uploaded a video of Mars transit in Aries. You can watch that video. The thumbnail is here and also in the pinned comment section. But I want to bring your attention to something else going on. Shani Dev has a vakra drishti on the sign of Aries since Saturn moved into Aquarius zodiac sign. In my previous videos, I also explained that Saturn is aspecting both zodiac sign of Mars, Aries as well as Scorpio. Because Saturn has been aspecting Martian energy, there has been a lot of, I will say, Martian activity going on throughout the world. And this time, Saturn watches Mangal while Mars is ready to launch its ambitions, desire, his potential. Saturn is watching it. This is making Pisces go under a lot of claustrophobia. On one side, Mars is focusing on new achievements, new desire, new beginnings. Saturn on Purva Bhadrapada wants you to do sacrifice, wants you to do, perform a sacrifice, like you have to give up something. Unless you give up the negativity, neither Mars will be allowed to do anything positive, nor Jupiter will give you any resource to do anything positive. Why? Let's discuss that in this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Your subscription really matters. Also, you can follow me on Patreon, and you can join Patreon page where I upload interesting insights on technical aspects of the transits which are out of scope of YouTube, and I give you predictions that are a different one, that are more deeper, more technical. So if you have technical interest, you can join me on Patreon. It's a paid subscription that helps run the channel. Also, follow me on Instagram for reels and other interesting stuff. For consultations, you can drop me an email. The email ID is in the description box below. So let's start the understanding of Saturn transit and Saturn's aspect on Mars. The third aspect of Saturn is considered to be the crooked aspect. That means Saturn is watching right in front, but the eyes are on this side, which means that Saturn is aspecting your efforts. Saturn wants to bind you, wants to choke you, wants to stop you, wants to regulate you, wants to make you a little lonely. When Mars goes there in the Aries energies are disturbed now. Why? Because one side Mars wants Aries to jump into force and start the action, start the process. On the other side, Saturn from Aquarius means there will be enemies, energies that will be stopping you. So you will have to overcome those. There will be people around you who will pull you down. You will have to get rid of them. You will have to overcome challenges. You will have to beat people in competition, obviously in a positive manner. Mars is going to help you, Jupiter is going to help you, but Saturn's vakra drishti on the Aries zodiac sign is something that you have to watch out for. Not only that, if Saturn and Mars are sitting in Aquarius and Aries respectively, Pisces is suffering because Pisces is now hemmed between two malefics, Pap Kartari Yog. Not only that, Mars is now aspecting Aries. When these two energies are in their respective position, remember Mars is powerful in Aries, Saturn is powerful in Aquarius, it's a fight for Scorpio. Why? Because when Mars and Saturn are in their respective zodiac, they will be aspecting Scorpio. Saturn has been aspecting Scorpio since January 2023. Mars moves now, it again aspects Scorpio. Now Scorpio is in a very big soup. It is because of Jupiter aspecting Scorpio, lot of negativity is cancelled, lot of blessings are coming from Jupiter. That means Shani Dev wants you to follow the path of Dharma, wants you to take a more holistic approach towards life. Otherwise, Saturn will create restrictions. Mars is in Aries, so you will try to overcome those restrictions, but it will create more restrictions. So the more you try to solve the issue, the complicated it will become. The complex the problem will become. And because they are both aspecting Scorpio, it means you are trying to address some already complicated issues of life. And you are trying to find a simple answer. The simple answer actually lies with Jupiter, neither with Saturn nor with Mars. Mars will try to, it's like when you hit your acceleration, the road is not smooth. Your car is not moving fast because you have to let go of something. Now, I don't know whether you have watched the movie Interstellar or not, but it kind of reminds of the scene where Cooper had to let go of his spacecraft because the weight was too much. And the other astronaut has to go to a different galaxy, So there's a famous music by Hans Zimmer and the word detach. So Cooper detaches. He does the supreme sacrifice. What happens? He falls into the black hole, goes into the tesseract, connects with his own self through higher dimensions and explores and sees things which no other human has seen. Becomes the reason where the humanity is saved. This kind of sacrifice. I'm giving you this simple example. You should watch this scene from the movie where this sacrifice, where Cooper thought he will die, he becomes a hero. Which means Saturn wants you to give up on a lot of things. And you know what? Mars is the energy needed to give up on something. A lot of people think Mars is something where you have to do. Yes, you can do a lot of things with Mangal, but say you want to give up alcohol. Say you want to give up smoking. Say you want to fight your negativity. Say you want to fight the tantra happening on you. Say you want to achieve certain sadhana. This is the time. Mars is now free from Rahu. Mars is now free from the clutches of Saturn. Mars was with Saturn. We know what happened. But when Saturn is now aspecting Mars with the third aspect, it wants to regulate Mangal. Now, it is not going to be easy. It's going to be a fight-like situation. It's like you are struggling to maneuver yourself through a traffic. It's not going to be easy. But I'm not saying that it is impossible. It is possible. Now, I have explained a lot in my Mars transit in Aries video for all ascendant what it matters. In this video, I want to give you a holistic view on the third aspect of Shani Dev. Third aspect can also be sometimes considered to be a cutting aspect, an aspect that stops. So in certain way, Saturn will stop Martian energy application in certain directions. So many gates will close for you and only few gates will open. All you have to do is go with the flow. Don't try to break open the gate that has been closed for you. First of all, find the reason why that gate was closed in the first place. If you show your brutal Martian aggression that I will break it open, then Saturn is there to choke you. It will choke your karma, create problems, obstacles, legal issues, and you will be just busy in that, and it will automatically take away your 40-50 days. It will just take away your focus, your energy will be wasted, your money will be wasted. If something is not happening at this point, try to understand why it's not happening. Is there a loophole? Is it good for you not to go ahead in that direction? So not always Saturn's third aspect creates problem. You have to understand the true intent of the planet. Now, if you exercise your Martian energy with its full aspect, then Saturn may have a problem. So people who have Mars in Aries, people who have Mars in Scorpio, people who have exalted Mars, people who have Mars in Lagna should be little careful. What should you do? See, this is regulation of energy. So do a lot of pranayam, give up old and bad habits, do yoga, Do a lot of grounding, meditation, physical exercises. For people who know, Kriya Yoga can be really good at this point of time. Hatha Yoga can be good. You need to control your anger, because you will see that you would want to do something, maybe an elderly person's experience will come and stop you. Say you want to become a guitarist, but maybe your grandfather or your father will simply stop you. Your path will be blocked. Maybe you can become a guitarist, but maybe the time is not right. Maybe you are quitting your studies to be that. I'm not saying good or bad, right or wrong. All I'm saying is all right and wrong are people to people. It's a very personal thing. But you have to ensure that your right is not wrong for everybody else. And you have to comply to the rules, because Saturn is the rule. It's a rule-based thing. So the third aspect of Saturn may irritate you, especially if you're Aries moon sign, if you're Scorpio moon sign, or if you are Taurus moon sign. It may irritate you. But what you have to do is, you have to continue thinking. Now, I do see that the time in the near future is the time of desperation. Somebody desperately trying to get hold of the power, but the power is slipping away. You're losing, and you will see why. Question is, first of all, sit and see why you are losing. Otherwise, you will be in a lot of trouble. But if you allow Saturn to, create this feel, why am I losing? What is wrong with me? Let me sit and plan. Let me regulate. Let me channelize. Let me give up the negativity. You will be the best version of you. So trust me, the Saturn third aspect on Mars is not actually a bad thing. It is the best thing that can happen right now. But yes, this is going to be a beat of a hammer to create a samurai sword. It takes a lot of time. You have to go through heat and pressure, but your final product will be perfect. So this is the transit that creates perfection. It will chisel you. Say, if, for example, if you want to lose weight, if you want to chisel your body, if you want to focus on fitness, perfect time. You want to create a name for yourself and you want to start the process, perfect time. Why? Because change is expected. Jupiter is aspecting Scorpio, and in June, lot of positive planets, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Jupiter, Moon will aspect Scorpio. Change is positive.